kind of like going grocery shopping. I listen to some music.
Okay. To me, I just see it as a fucking waste of time. I mean, you managed to make it like nice. I'm like this. I'm like the whole time I'm just mad. I'm like, it sucks that I have to do this. The
It
government
sucks
should
that I have
just
to
mail
pee.
me food once a week. Like, I have to do this. I go to work and I also have to fucking grocery shop. Just mail me rice.
That would be nice.
One, two, three. Oscar Wieners. Oscar Wieners. Oscar Wieners. These boys are the Oscar Wieners.
Yum, yum.
Oscar Wieners. Welcome to Oscar Wieners.
Hmm. You heard it here first.
The only show on the internet where Hollywood's biggest night has sex with
Mm.
its brother's murderer like an hour or two after said murderer kills said brother.
Listen, it's somebody's search history. Somebody likes it. And they finally got a nut for the first time. And that's beautiful. And that's 5 stars.
This is disgusting. What a
This is
horrible way to
disgusting. This is really early on.
start an episode for one of the greatest movies ever made. Watch Andrew's eyes. What are his eyes doing?
We'll
Um,
see. We'll see about that.
I am Poland Irishman, leader
Well,
of the Jets.
wow. Welcome to the country. We're glad to have you. And I'm Maria.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
I think somebody wrote a song about you.
really. I wouldn't have known.
No, I'm Michael Husander.
Yeah, that's true.
This, this is a podcast where every week we pick a best picture winner at random and try to figure out what's best picture worthy. And this week we finally come to it. It's
At long last.
our
Yeah.
second movie in the final 10. We've held it off for however many episodes now
Hmm.
because I knew
Hmm.
Andrew famously hates musicals.
Hi,
He wants them buried in the ocean.
in the ditch.
I said we gotta hold off on West Side until the final possible moment because it is possibly the greatest movie musical ever made,
Hmm.
and now we've come to it.
So this is like the last ditch effort. Like if you don't like
Yes.
this,
If you
okay.
don't like this, I think you're a goner.
Okay, it's really sad actually.
Um, it is the 1962 Best Picture winner, directed by Jerome Robbins and Robert Wise. It is West Side Story. It's honestly the people behind it. I mean, Jerome Robbins, Robert Wise, sure, but like, it's let me just like run down some of the people involved with this movie because like you've probably never heard of them, and they're kind of like I don't know, they're kind of do nothing losers who will be
Right.
lost to time. So the screenplay was written by Ernest Lehman, who wrote something called North by Northwest, directed by Alfred Hitchcock,
And
which
what is that?
I don't know, it's something. And then he also wrote this. I think he wrote what did he write? He wrote The Sweet Smell of Success, which is I don't know. I guess people I don't know. I don't think anybody has heard that movie.
Stinks.
Yeah, he's a guy. And then the lyrics to this movie were written by uh I don't Stephen Sondheim. I don't know who that is.
Yeah.
And the music was composed by Leonard Bernstein, who I think that's certainly no future actor who voiced a CGI raccoon would ever star in and direct a movie about Leonard Bernstein. I don't think that would
Yes.
ever happen.
No, that seems really far-fetched to me.
Yeah. Um, and it is about in the west side of New York City, Manhattan.
Hmm.
You got the Jets, who are sort of like European kids of European immigrants. Like you got Polish, German, Irish, Italian, the whole Eastern European slash kind of UK lot. Um, and then you got the Sharks, who are a Puerto Rican street gang,
Hmm.
and they are who are newer to New York, like they are newer immigrants, um, and just these two gangs who come to a head because of racism, because of who thinks they own this very tiny part of New York City. Because it's all you got in this bankrupt life. When you're poor, you're like, I'm fighting for what's this little piece that's mine.
Yeah.
Um, but in the midst of that, you have Tony, played by Richard Beimer, who
Bieber?
some might know from Twin Peaks.
Really?
Yeah, he plays Ben Horn in Twin Peaks. This is like
Oh,
35 years later.
I can imagine. Yeah.
Who he was a former Jet, but he has since gone straight. Now he has a normal job. He works in like a grocery store, convenience store.
Yes. But he is a founder of the Jets. He is a
Right.
co-founder.
Him and Riff, played by Russ Tamblyn, also from Twin Peaks.
Right. Wait,
Um,
what? I said right as if like yes, of course, this is generally understood, and then my brain actually kicked in.
yeah, Russ Tamblyn plays Dr. Jacoby in Twin Peaks.
So whoever made Twin
Normal
Peaks,
guy.
so is oh
David
my
Lynch.
god, thank you very much, David Lynch, just sitting there being like, I really love West Side Story. Let's
Honest,
yank these
probably.
two
He's
guys.
probably like, what have those guys been doing? Yeah, so Tony and Riff were they created the Jets, and but Tony has since he's like, yeah, I just want to be normal. I don't want to get involved with the riffraff anymore, really. Um, and then he meets Maria,
Well,
played by Natalie Wood, in a sensitive, nuanced performance.
yes, of
Um,
course, naturally. A lot of sensitive, nuanced performances in this.
this is the most sensitive movie ever made, which I really appreciate.
Yeah.
Um, Natalie Wood is the sister of Bernardo, who Bernardo is the leader of the Sharks.
Right.
Tony sees Maria, and she sees Tony, and they instantly fall in love, which obviously causes uh, tension between the two gangs. It's Romeo and Juliet. This movie is a
It's Romeo
remake
and
of Romeo
Juliet.
and
Yeah.
Juliet, right?
Yeah.
And that's the basic setup. We can get into, uh, I don't know, the nitty gritty as
The
we go along.
juice. It is funny in hindsight that you thought that this would be the one, or this had the potential to be the one for me, because it is based on Romeo and Juliet, a Shakespeare story of another famous nemesis of mine on this show.
That's true. Let me say.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna let's bury the lead a little bit
Okay.
on
Sorry.
your feelings on this movie. I'll just get into my feelings.
Yeah.
I think I'm pretty sure this is my third time watching this movie for this episode.
Walk me through the first.
The first time I don't fully remember, but I'm pretty sure this movie was definitely on that AFI list that I printed out that I just never stopped talking about. I probably saw this for the first time when I was like 14 or 15.
Okay.
And I do remember liking it. I
This
remember
is after you've seen Taxi Driver.
yeah.
Okay. Cool. Cool. Cool.
But before I saw a Serbian film.
Jesus Christ. Also, crazy pull.
Thanks. I've never actually seen a Serbian film. I'm too scared.
That's
I
really.
don't need some images in my life. You know what I mean?
Yes. I once Googled a list of the most fucked up movies just to see like what's up there. And a Serbian film was like far and away. Like everyone was like, yeah, don't watch this. It's kind of like a disgusting disgrace and shouldn't have been made.
Yeah.
Um, Look into it at your own
Peril.
risk, I suppose. Yeah, your own peril, sure. Like even
Uh,
those, like I would read the Wikipedia synopses of these, and like most of them, I was like, "Ooh, that's great. That would be crazy to see on screen." But for this one, I was like, "Oh, this is hard to hear."
yeah, that's one of those movies too. Yeah, like I know things about that movie and I've never forgot them after, 15 years
Even though you haven't
since
even
first
seen it.
hearing it, even though I haven't seen it yet. I'm just like,
Yeah.
oh, I know that happens in it and I don't want to, knowing it is bad enough.
Yes. So you've been warned.
You've been warned. Um, yeah, so I think the first time I watched it, I liked it. I was
Yeah.
like, that was really good.
Yeah.
I am a young boy who's getting into classic movies. I said this aloud.
Okay.
And I was
That's fair
pelted with
enough.
tomatoes.
Are you wearing lederhosen?
I was wearing lederhosen.
Okay. This is
I was
good.
drinking a big boot of milk.
A boot of milk.
Yeah.
Okay, I like this. This is a good picture.
And then the second time I watched it was when Spielberg's remake was coming out.
Oh,
Uh,
so you'd watch that in anticipation of the
yeah, I
new
was like, I hadn't
version.
seen that movie in like so long, so only watched it again. So that was like maybe 4 years ago.
And who I'm sorry to be so sorry to quiz you so much, but like what was the best picture winner that year? Because I remember we had briefly mentioned the
That
Spielberg adaptation.
that was the Coda year.
That was the Coda year. Okay. Very good. Thank you.
Um, yeah, and I remember watching and be like, oh yeah, this is like it's not like it's like my favorite movie ever, but like I'm like this is like very obviously to me one of the best movies ever made. Like it is just so well. So this third time,
Yeah. Yeah.
I was a little bit nervous because I was like, what if I actually don't love this as much? Like I had that experience where I was just like really high on it the second time, and like what if I went into this and was like, eh.
Hmm.
But I watched it and actually loved it even more. I was like, no, 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 no.
Okay.
This fucking rules.
Okay.
Um, I think this movie has a reputation of the Maria Tony stuff being the weakest stuff in the movie, which honestly it absolutely is. Um, I think all the gang stuff is way more interesting and fun
Hmm.
and dramatic and whatever. Um, but even the Tony Maria stuff I thought was like great this time. I was like, yeah, I mean, it's, insane because they fall in love in like 16 hours, but
It's a
like,
day. Like it really is. It kind of is an amalgamation of all the things, of all the tropes that I don't like in this Oscars pantheon. We have
yeah.
a romance that really just shouldn't exist on paper.
It's there's kind of the thing is as I was watching it, I was
Hmm.
like in my memory before I watched it this time, I was like, Andrew's gonna love this shit. It's so fucking colorful. It's so like
It is colorful.
fun. People are twisting and jumping around.
Hmm.
And then I actually watched it and I was like, this is a little goofy, and I think Andrew is really not gonna like this.
It is highly good. The goof meter is off the charts. We'll get into it.
I mean, you can get into it now. That's my experience. I love this movie. I think it's
Okay.
5 stars, perfect. Well, it's not perfect, but I love it.
It's very goofy, especially at the outset, because it is guys in gangs that would get the shit kicked out of them in actual New York City because they are doing not that people who dance can't also be tough, but like they're singing, they're doing plies, they're like, you better beat it, kid. And they're like, and what turf are they fighting over? There's a lot of aspects of this that like if you are hoping for some realism, you'll be sorely disappointed. I guess you kind of just can't really walk into it with that mindset. I fell for that trap. Um, and it sullied my enjoyment, at least for the first portion of the movie. Look, I don't like musicals. At the risk of sounding like a broken record, I feel like I've established this on this show. Um, I don't really see the point of taking a perfectly fine story and then just derailing it with all these musical segments. Um, I don't like the romance of Tony and Maria. I think it's kind of boring. I don't think it's very believable. I think the passion is kind of like falsely injected. It doesn't really seem genuine to the point where the main dramatic story beat is the climax and their romance coming to an end in dramatic fashion, and it just doesn't really hit home for me when I know that it's supposed to. But at the same time, I cannot deny this movie is iconic, like against my will. Like I think there's not to like hold my own opinion in such high regard, but I think there is something to be said about a guy who really does not fuck with musicals. I knew and was able to sing along to and willingly sung along to most of the songs in this movie. Um, a lot of them I just remembered from either my childhood or just like being in the ether of culture. I think that is an impressive feat. I don't know if that impressive feat should be attributed to the movie. I think that's Sondheim and the folks who composed the original score and the original Broadway production. I don't know if it takes, I'm sure, a tremendous amount of time and effort and ability to adapt a musical into a movie. I'm sure that was the case with this as well. But there is something that just gets me about like the origin of this song that I'm tapping my foot to does not come from this movie. And I don't think the movie deserves a fair amount of credit for it. It came from another medium. So I was just kind of coming to grips with that as well.
So you loved it.
I thought it was outstanding. Um, I, it's one of those things where like I didn't like it, but I also can't deny it. Um, and there are aspects that I like. I don't want to like completely say this is a waste of my time, but like the wardrobe and the colors, I think were so beautiful. In fact, my favorite scene of the movie is the high school dance scene
Yeah, it's so
because
good.
it's a couple things coupled together that I found enjoyable. Was that one, the reveal that they're in high school. These are like
Yeah, yeah,
14-year-old children in a gang,
yeah.
which is hilarious, but also like kind of charming and endearing, and also like they talk a big game, but like here they are at a high school dance as well. I thought that was fun. But also I just loved the wardrobe and how you can very visually tell like who was a member of which gang just by like the outfits that they were wearing. It wasn't like they're all just wearing like purple morph suits and gold morph suits. Like they looked like actual things you would wear to a school dance, but still
Yeah.
visually distinct. I thought that was very impressive and cool. And I liked it because it's a reason for them to sing and dance.
Yeah.
I was like, why do I like this scene so much? It's because it makes logical sense to me that they're dancing in this scene. It's a school dance. Like, yes, they're also, gymnasts basically like doing flips and shit, but they're at least in a venue where they're supposed to be dancing. And I liked that a lot. Whereas, they're talking about turf war and all this other stuff and trying to sound tough, but I feel like it's deflated by the fact that they're being so whimsical about it, I guess.
They're just so damn cute about
They're
this
just so
gang
damn
shit.
charming. I don't know. I mean, did you take the gang aspect seriously, or was it more like this is just kind of, or you just didn't really pay it much mind in terms of its level of seriousness? You're like, it doesn't matter that it's silly.
That's a good question.
Also, I don't want to put you in a box with like two choices. If you have like a separate take, I'm all ears.
Well, I think part of the movie kind of functions like the way it's structured, it's sort of like not that the gang stuff isn't serious up until like the fight where Bernardo is killed
Mm-hmm.
and Riff are killed. Both of
Yeah.
them are killed. Um,
Spoilers for West Side Story.
Spoilers for West Side Story.
Yeah.
But I do I don't know the intentions of Jerome Robbins and Robert Wise or whatever, Sondheim and Bernstein, but this it does feel like the movie kind of is sort of lulling you into like these are kids. Yes, they're in gangs. Like they have reasons for being in gangs. They're very like serious about being in a gang, but it's also like oh they're kids. I mean I do wonder if like maybe the dancing and the singing is supposed to like deflate the seriousness of uh or how serious the seriousness of how serious they take being in a gang. Does
I
that make
I would
sense?
agree that it is probably meant to do that. Yes.
Because then in the fight when Bernardo kills Riff and then Tony kills Bernardo, all of a sudden it's like, whoa. Like,
Yeah.
oh, they were, oh, they actually are willing to like die for this really stupid, meaningless shit.
Yeah,
Um,
I do think the movie takes a turn at that point and the stakes become a lot more dramatic and
yeah.
interesting. I think before that, it's just like these are just like kids playing. Like they don't really, and I guess that's the whole
I think
thrust
that
of
is
it
the
is that,
point. At
right?
least I believe that is the point of the movie,
Yeah,
partially.
that these are just kids playing around until push comes to shove, egos get in the way, and then literally two people die as a
Yeah.
result.
Yeah.
The way that scene escalates, though, I do think is kind of ridiculous. How Tony comes in, he's just like, break it up. Like literally, they were just about to punch each other and cede gang territory until Tony comes in and like escalates the whole affair. Meanwhile, he's supposed to call the whole thing off and like, okay, now your friend is stabbed and your gang rival is stabbed, who is the brother of your girlfriend.
Yeah.
I will say I did enjoy. Well, you know what? At that juncture where the stabbing happens, all of a sudden the songs and the content of the songs I feel like take a turn where they are now pushing the story forward. Like the song, like the "Gotta Be Cool" Boy song when they're all in the garage. It's like it's them hiding from the cops. Like everything has a from that point forward because it's so far into the movie and there's so little time left. Like those songs now push the story forward and the actual proceedings of the plot forward. I think
Yeah.
that's cool.
Yeah. I love that song. Keep it
I do also
cool,
like that
boy.
song. Yeah, I think maybe
I
that's the
like
best song.
I like the headlights, like of the
Yeah,
cars are like shining. Ugh. This movie, like, I get you don't like musicals and it's goofy and stuff. This movie looks better than maybe any other movie ever made.
it looks great, but at the same time, it still has the trappings of a Broadway production where they're trying to get this pulled back camera and get the scope of everything, and everybody dancing and all the set pieces, which I understand, but like I think you lose some of the intimacy of close up shots of seeing like how these two characters are connecting and how like actors are acting.
Right.
I think that's one of the trappings of. I think that's one of the things that could spin a musical for me is if it's going to be a movie, make it like a movie. You know, I feel like
Yeah.
it's more just even the most famous ones that I've seen feel like somebody recording a Broadway production.
Right. It feels like a set or like it's
Right.
you kind of see like the borders of the set, almost like the way you're looking at it. Like
Right.
it's not like framed in a way where it's like, oh, this is like I'm in this in a way I couldn't be in like if I was watching a musical.
Exactly.
That makes sense.
Which makes me curious about Spielberg's version. Like
I
I would be interested enough to watch that.
He does direct his Face Off.
I'm sure he does. Yeah.
Um, it's probably one of the best directed movies of like the last 10 years, and nobody saw it and nobody really talks about it.
That's crazy. Do you like that better than the original?
I think because, I mean, first of all, he actually casts, he doesn't cast white actors to play Puerto Ricans.
Right. Right. Which
Um,
is another fatal flaw, I think, of this whole affair.
Spielberg also, he like raps, him and Tony Kushner, who wrote the movie, they, wrap like the history of New York in like the late 50s up in what's going on between the Jets and Sharks, almost like suggesting the larger forces that are pitting these two poor gangs against each other. Like it's like the slums of this part of New York are being demolished and rebuilt as like new neighborhoods. It's like their territory is slowly shrinking because New York City fucking rich developers are like, we want to get rid of the poor people because they're smelly, and we want to build it up so that rich people can come in and bring all their money.
I already like this better. Maybe it's just because it appeals to modern sentiments, but it feels like there is a larger environment or an undercurrent surrounding the two gangs.
Yeah,
It's sort of hinted at in the original version of the movie, where they're the song about Officer Krupke, where they're talking about like systemic issues that result in them being in gangs. But it doesn't hit home for me because like their gang is not really a gang. It's just guys hanging out, I guess, until the moment where a stabbing occurs. Like I can't take your gang seriously if your idea of gang activity is saying like sharks stink in like chalk writing on the sidewalk like a toddler. Like that's not it's just a very sanitized look at what gangs do. I almost wish they depicted them as like guys who just like kick the shit like we're actually like hardened criminals even as young teens. I almost wish they pushed that further in order to offset the musicality of this gang. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like it's like yes, they sing and dance, but also like they do hard shit.
I think we should maybe go through some of the just the music. Like I want your I want to know what
Sure.
you think of some of the musical stuff because like for my money, I think all of Tony's songs are a little bit weak sauce.
Yeah.
Um, they're like more like kind of slow and him just sort of like talking about Maria. I mean, Maria is a classic or whatever, but his other songs are a little bit to me kind of mid. But Officer Krupke, I remember in middle school, I want to say, I forget why. Maybe it was when we were reading, honestly, maybe it was middle school and it was when we were reading The Outsiders by S.E. Hinton.
Ooh.
And the teacher or whatever, I can't remember the teacher, but she was like, I want to like let me show you other like kind of gang stuff to give you a sense of like what this movie is or what this book is kind of like in conversation with. And also just like kind of shows like the psychology of like these like kids who are in gangs, which to me Officer Krupke does so well. And I remember seeing Officer Krupke and like to me in my memory, the whole class was so into that song because that song is so fun, but also really sad. Um, and it's just they're fucking jumping around. They're doing flips. Russ Tamblyn, he can't stop himself. Like Riff, he can't stop himself from just doing a backflip. He loves it. America
Great.
is a fucking barn burner. That
I
song
Yeah.
is to me is so like moving and powerful and fun and like just like maybe I don't know. I just think it absolutely rules. And like it's on the fucking roof and it's dark and they're all jumping around and everybody's having a good time and
Hmm.
uh you got Anita and her girls who are like kind of giving Bernardo the business and then him and his boys are giving them the business back. I'm like, this is movies.
The content of the song, but is it movies? Is my question. Because I agree. The content of the song is really cool, where it's you have the women or I guess the girlfriends, and I guess they're all dating or whatever. But
Yeah.
the women in the who are gang affiliated are all singing the praises of Puerto Rico and how oh no, or is it the opposite?
The men are like, we should honestly, this country like America sucks. We should go back to Puerto Rico.
That's what it is. Yes, and the
And the
women are
women are
like,
like, no, here's it's way better here.
yes, it's a great song.
Yeah.
But who gets credit for that? The filmmakers? I
Are you
guess.
asking me?
Yeah, I am. I don't know who else to ask. You're in front of me right now. It's like you're the customer support. It's like my gripe is not with you, but you're just what's in front of me at the moment. I guess leave it a play though. I
Oh
suppose.
my God.
I
I
don't
will
know.
say, not to
Yeah.
compare the Spielberg and original too much, but so the in the original America is staged on a roof, and I think it rules. But it's more static. It's more. I mean, they're dancing and stuff, but it's more just like one location. The America number in Spielberg's version, they're like it's daytime, and they're like running through the streets. They're fucking
That's
like
cool.
rolling over cars and shit. Like it's Spielberg is like put his whole Spielbussy into that one.
As
Um,
he should. As he should.
but yeah. So maybe that like to me that's more cinematic. Maybe you would prefer it because it's more like okay, what can a movie and a camera do that like just
Mhm.
watching a play or a musical can't.
I would be interested to see it. I did like that song. I thought the best written songs were the ones sung by the gang who couldn't sing. And I think the best performed songs were the ones by Tony who could sing and were just boring. you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, that's fair. Did you like the first 15 minutes of this movie where it's just silent and them running around?
No, I thought it was the most ridiculous thing I've ever
Oh
seen.
my God.
I thought it was absolutely an absolute goof fest. I thought it was so silly.
I think it's so fucking good.
I
Because
don't
it's like,
know.
so first of all, the movie starts, there's like a fucking 3 minute overture, which I skip because who has time for that? Then just like gorgeous helicopter shots of New York City, like from the top down, like it's horizontal.
I did like that.
Where I was like, how the fuck? I was like, this looks so immediately looks so good.
Yes. In those first few moments, I was like, oh, maybe this is going to be a banger in my eyes.
Because then And tell me how it is when I describe this,
Sure.
re-describe this to you, something you've already seen. It comes over, then we're over the like basketball courts that the Jets are hanging out at. Just like fades into this like cross fades into getting closer and closer and closer. Then you're on their faces, they're snapping. With each like third snap, it cuts further out and you're seeing more of them. I'm like, what? That is movies, man. What's more movies than that?
That is movies, but also it's kind of built. So I enjoy this part, but it's this build up that I'm like, okay, how is it going to culminate? How is this tension going to release? And it releases in a way that I'm like, oh, this is a little whack. That's just how I feel.
And I really respect how you feel. So
Love
here's
me or hate me, you gotta love me.
so here's what happens in this movie.
Yeah,
Tony and Maria are in love immediately, love at first sight.
instant.
Uh, it's already been set up that Riff and Bernardo slash Jets, the Jets and the Sharks are we got to fight over this territory, which is unnamed. It's just the West Side, I guess.
Yeah,
That's these things are happening concurrently, and then they kind of bleed into each other. There's a street fight. Bernardo kills Riff. Tony kills Bernardo. Tony's like, you know who I got to go see? My girlfriend Maria, whose brother I just killed. Then
this
we
should be a
got to
fun
smooch.
conversation.
Then she's got to cry and be mad at me for 2 seconds. Then we got to kiss and have sex, which they
Hey,
do.
nice.
Then Tony's like, I listen, we're gonna get the hell out of this godforsaken place. We're going somewhere else
Hmm.
where our love can be appreciated.
Yeah.
And they don't. Because Chino,
Damn.
Chino, who is Bernardo's like kind of right hand guy, was hoping to be with Maria. He's the most butthurt about all this, not only because Maria doesn't want to be with him, but some white guy, but also because Tony obviously killed his like best friend.
Yeah.
So Chino's out looking for Tony. Tony's like, I just got to go get some money from Doc, who is his boss.
And then we're gonna get the hell out of
Then we're
town.
gonna get the hell out of here. Again, these two things are happening concurrently. The Jets are like, we got to find Chino before he kills Tony.
Mhm.
Got to stop him. Uh-oh. Wing bang boom. Tony is killed by Chino. Pour one
Oopsie.
out for Tony.
I will. I will.
Yeah, and then the movie ends with like Tony's body being carried away by the Jets and the Sharks. It's like, ooh, are they going to make peace with each other? Is this like the potential blood has been blood has been spilled, revenge has been taken. It's like, all right, can we finally put this
Yeah,
shit to bed?
but also not a lot of clarity on that. Like, does that happen? I guess
Yeah.
you're supposed to be left wondering, but it'd be nice if we had some sort of closure in the end where it just feels like they decided to end on something that was like overly dramatized and then left us.
I thought it worked.
I think maybe it works for a play where I think drama above all else, but when I think about a movie, I'd like a little bit of closure, or at least if you're going to be
Yeah.
vague, give me the pieces to put it together, other than just guys walking off camera together.
Would you like to hear the other nominees for 1962?
Bet your sweet ass.
Obviously, West Side Story wins Best Picture.
Sure
First up,
does.
next up, we have another nominee is Joshua Logan's Fanny.
Who?
Not Joshua Logan's Tushy, his butt,
I didn't think that.
but a movie about
Who? Please explain.
almost 19-year-old Marius feels himself in a rut in Marseille. His life planned for
Almost
him by
19-year-old?
his life planned for
Irrelevant.
him by his life planned for him by his cafe owning father, and he longs for the sea, actually.
What the hell?
The night before he's to leave on a 5-year voyage, Fanny, a girl he grew up with, reveals that she is in love with him, and he discovers that he is in love with her. He must choose
He
between
discovers.
he must choose between an exciting life at sea and a boring life with the woman he loves. Ouch. And
Yeah, what
Fanny
the
must
fuck?
and Fanny must choose between keeping the man she loves and letting him live the life he seems to want.
Find adventure in the partner that you choose. How about that? Movie solved, I guess.
How about if you feel like you're settling for somebody, you probably shouldn't be with that person.
I think that's fair. Yeah.
Exactly.
Go
Like exactly what you said. Life should feel like an adventure with your chosen betrothed.
right. And if it doesn't, go to the sea and let that be your betrothed.
Go to the sea and see what you see.
Mm, beautiful.
Because next up, it's J. Lee Thompson's The Guns of the Navarone,
Whoa. Okay. What's this? I'm in.
starring Gregory freaking Peck.
Nice.
You're going to love this. A
Okay.
team of allied saboteurs are
Nice.
assigned an impossible mission, colon, infiltrate an impregnable, I love when things are impregnable,
Yeah.
Nazi-held island and destroy the
Okay.
two enormous long-range field guns that prevent the rescue of 2,000 trapped British fucking soldiers, dog.
Finally, some fucking action. I would love to be part of a team of saboteurs. I would love nothing more.
God, that's cool. I should say I've never seen Fanny, never will. This I will eventually see because it
What
sounds cool as hell.
is it called again?
Guns of the Navarone.
Guns of the Never. Yeah, that sounds ill.
Speaking of sick, we got next up, it's Newman's own Paul freaking Newman. It
Our
is
guy.
in Robert Rawson's The Hustler.
This is familiar to me.
At some point during this podcast, I've maybe more than once, I've mentioned The Color of Money, which is a 25 years later sequel directed by Scorsese to this movie.
Okay. Is it actually done as a sequel?
Yeah, it's a
Like
full.
not
He
just some
plays the
sort of
same character.
spiritual.
Yeah,
Oh, interesting.
he plays Fast Eddie Felson. Paul Newman does.
Is The Color of Money still a standalone film? Like, can you
Yeah,
watch it without
I would say it
watching?
still functions as a standalone. Um,
Interesting.
I would say the
What's
movie is effectively imbued with like this is a guy who who has fallen from his former glory. He's like an older guy now, and he takes Tom Cruise under his wing to show him the ropes of
oh, and Tom.
hustling.
Oh, right, Tom Cruise in that.
This is that movie came out in '86, so it's this is '61. This one
Yeah,
is about Fast Eddie Felson, who's a small-time pool hustler with a lot of talent but a self-destructive attitude.
Hustler.
His bravado causes him to challenge the legendary Minnesota Fats to a high-stakes match.
Really cool.
Call me Minnesota Fats.
I will. We actually already do behind your back.
That's actually I don't like that actually.
Oh,
I have seen this movie. Um, I saw it again. This was when I was like 13 or 14. This was probably I probably double featured this with Taxi Driver.
how many fucking movies did you see at 14?
I think I was just like, this is a classic. I should see it. I don't fully remember. I do remember thinking it was really good. I don't remember much else about it. I've seen The Color
How
of
did
Money several times though.
how did you hear about this at 14?
I don't. The internet, dog. It's a new age.
Hmm. Yeah, it's true. This is true. That sounds dope. I would like to see it.
You'd probably love it.
I'm gonna give it the Oscar. I don't care what's coming next.
That's actually really insensitive because next up
Yeah.
we have The Judgment at Nuremberg. Stanley Kramer. Didn't Stanley Kramer direct In the Heat of the Night? He didn't. Who directed In the Heat of the Night? I can't remember. Um, so this is set in 1947. Four German judges who served on the bench during the Nazi regime face a military tribunal to answer charges of crimes against humanity. Chief Justice Haywood hears evidence and testimony not only from lead defendant Ernst Janning and his defense attorney Hans Rolf, but also from the widow of a Nazi general, an idealistic U.S. Army captain, and reluctant witness Irene Wallner. I'm sure maybe at some point I will see this movie. It is 3 hours and 11 minutes.
Oh dear.
Um,
Okay,
but
Avatar.
I don't know. I'm sure it's good. I'm sure it's. I mean, I think it's probably an important movie. I think it's basically a classic. You know what?
It
Let me add it
sounds
to my watch list.
okay.
What do you think?
I think it sounds more important than it is good.
Okay.
How about that? But again, passing judgment on a blurb, so perhaps not appropriate.
Certainly not. Those are all the nominees. Uh,
Oh,
do
interesting.
you think West Side Story is Best Picture worthy?
I'm gonna say no.
Wow.
As iconic as it is, I feel like its iconic moments are derived from source material that extends beyond the plane of movie. Like, I suppose it is hypocritical to say that if I do deem certain movies that were based on books or other source material to be worthy of a best picture uh, nod. But I just didn't. I think I would like whatever Paul Newman's got going on way better.
I think this movie is Best Picture worthy, West Side Story. Obviously, I think it
Right.
is arguably the pinnacle of what movies can be and do. Fight me. Fight me.
I will. The moment I see you in person, I will fight. I will. I'm taking notes of every disagreement we've had, and that will be a fight. And then I'll take note of every agreement we've had, and that'll be a kiss. Folks had some thoughts about this film.
Folks
Folks
had some
meaning
thoughts on the internet? No way.
yes, as believe it or not, folks on the internet had some thoughts. I've sourced a few of them. Some angry, some not. Do you want to hear from somebody angry?
I guess.
Give me the name of somebody who's who's really a poet, an angry little poet.
Uh, Doug Hemmons Ford.
Doug Hemmons Ford says half a star. Top five contender for worst film of all time. No, I'm not rage baiting. This shit was shit from a stinky butt. This is like if theater kids chose to make their own version of Romeo and Juliet, which it is. Which it is. Give me the name of somebody who I don't know. Somebody who's speaking absolute gibberish. I don't know what the fuck you're trying to say.
It's gotta be Mumbly Jones.
Mumbly Jones says also half of a star. Now, I do not want it to be twisted. Do I love this musical? Yes. Is there some charm to Is there
What?
some charm to this? Let me finish. Let him finish. Is there some charm to this specific adaptation? Also, yes. Is it beautiful? A retelling of Romeo and Juliet using teenage race gangs in 50s New York as its setting and characters? Most definitely, yes. Is this probably a classic? Yeah, sure. Do I hate it? Absolutely. Is it because almost every Puerto Rican in this movie is played by a white person in brownface, including the few actual Puerto Rican actors, including my glorious queen, Rita Moreno, got caked in dark makeup in order to look more like Puerto Rican?
That is crazy, but
Yes. Yeah, that's kind of crazy. Do I enjoy the Steven Spielberg adaptation more because despite some flaws you can point out with it being a modern adaptation, it gives the roles to real Puerto Ricans as an effort to truly give the representation they deserved in the original adaptation, while even including Rita Moreno as a giver to the justice she deserves? Also, yes. Reject this piece of shit. Embrace Steven Spielberg.
I do agree. I mean, listen, if you only have time to watch one, watch Spielberg's.
Interesting. That's an interesting take. But you like this better.
I kind of like them equally.
Okay.
They're both 5 stars.
Okay.
I wanted to watch Spielberg's again for this, but I was just like, so long.
Yeah,
It's like
I
two and
feel
a half
that.
hours. Come on.
I feel that. Um, give me the name of somebody who's feeling positive, but perhaps is a little bit negative towards a particular character in this film that I won't say who yet.
Joseph Hunter Biden.
Wow. JB, 4.5 stars. Maria forces Tony to break up the fight, which gets everyone killed. Maria sings about how pretty she is. Maria brags about having a love affair after Anita's boyfriend was just killed. Maria is a piece of shit.
Yeah, yeah. That's gonna suck.
She's grieving.
That it?
That's all I have.
Thank you for
That's
those.
yeah.
Um, Next week we are gonna finally we're gonna get to the nitty gritty, the third movie in the final top 10. It is Bong Joon-ho's absolute barn burning masterpiece,
Oh yeah.
the 2020 Best Picture winner. They got it in just before the COVID.
Just in time, Bong.
It is fucking Parasite, dog.
Did you say bong burner?
I didn't. That would be offensive. I said
Right.
barn burner.
Right. That would be offensive. That wouldn't
Thank you for
be.
holding me accountable.
Yeah, I got you. I got you.
Um, but I didn't say that.
Got it. Got it.
Um,
That's
yeah,
cool.
can't fucking wait. I've only seen that movie once, and I was like, wow, that was the best shit I've ever seen. Can't wait to watch it again.
I'm gonna give you my take already. Can I do that?
I guess.
No.
Okay.
Actually, no. Actually, no. I'm gonna put that I'm gonna put that back in my pocket.
Okay.
Actually,
I guess actually people will have to listen to next week's episode to hear what Anders was going to say.
you don't have to do shit you don't want to do.
I think you do. I think the government should force people to listen to this podcast.
Oh shit. Sorry.
So we get that Blue Chew sponsorship.
I can't wait.
Um, but until next time, if you ever find yourself wondering what to sing about,
Hmm.
sing about a wiener between two buns with some mustard and ketchup and some relish and some onion on it. And give it to your beloved.
God, I
She'll be
cherish
like,
that.
thank you for writing that song for me. It was beautiful. About a
Yes.
hot little doggy.
She'll cry tears of mustard. She will.
See you next week, Wieners.
1, 2, 3,
Bye.
4. These boys only want the best stuff. They want the cream of the crop. They don't want none of that microbait shit. They want the shit that bops. Oscar bait, black and white. Maybe something French. If it's got more than one explosion, honey, put that shit on the bench. Oscar Wieners. Oscar Wieners. Oscar Wieners. These boys are the Oscar Wieners.